In this lesson, we're going to add model validations. Here's an example of a very simple validation. The validation that we added lets us know that a person is not valid unless it has a name attribute. By adding the validation, it prevents the second person in our example from being persisted to the database. Validations are used to prevent invalid data from being saved into your database. As an example, it might be important for your application that all users provide a valid email address and a mailing address. By placing the validation on the user model, you're ensuring that only valid users will be stored to the database. Validations will occur before an actual insert or update command is sent to the database. If any of your model validations fail, the object will be marked as invalid and ActiveRecord will not update or insert the data into the database. The following methods trigger the validations to be run: create, create bang, save, save bang, update, update bang. ActiveRecord offers many predefined validation helpers that you can use inside your models. When a validation fails, an error message will be added to the object's errors collection. The numericality validation helper will validate that your attributes have only numeric values. Let's say we have a player model with a points attribute that we want to ensure only contains a number, either floating point or integral. We can also specify that we only want to allow integers and not floating point numbers. Besides only integer, the numericality helper also accepts the following options: greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, other than, odd, and even. The inclusion helper validates that the attribute's values are included in a given set. For example, we can validate that a coffee object's size attribute is only either small, medium, or large. Notice how inclusion is accepting the in option that includes the set that only inclusion will check against. The presence helper validates that the specified attributes are not empty. Under the hood, it uses the blank method to check if the value is either nil or a blank string. The uniqueness helper validates that the attribute's value is unique right before the object gets saved. The uniqueness helper performs a SQL query into the model's table and searches for an existing record with the same value in that attribute. You can pass a case-sensitive option to uniqueness. The default is true. This next section you'll need to do on your own. Modify the player model that's been given to validate that points are a number. Also, validate that games played is an integer. With this code, modify the coffee model to validate that the size is either small, medium, or large. Also, return a custom message if validation fails. Next, modify this person model to validate the presence of name, login, and email. Also, validate the uniqueness of name and make sure it's case sensitive.